Good morning, good morning, good morning, Twitter, and all the Twitter family that's up this morning. I pray that you're having an awesome morning so far. I was just sitting here thinking, looking at some of the hatred and some of the comments that are left by people who, first of all, was never going to vote for Donald Trump in the first place. Let's just get that out. But thank you so much, Nelly. Thank you. But all those that are spewing hate and all those that are calling names like coon and house negro and house n-word and saying, how I've sold out my people and how just the hateful comments that, one that says I should set myself on fire, that I don't hear from God, that the black community should hold a public hanging, blessings to you, Yeshua Brown, and stream it online so that the world can witness my public hanging. To all of the negative, nasty comments that come out, it's so funny, and the negative and nasty comments that comes out are coming from people because I decided as an American and as my right to support a candidate that I believe represents some of the views that I hold dear, like abortion and marriage, conservative values that I hold dear. And Donald Trump is the candidate that the Republican Party has chose. But it's amazing to me how so many people are on Twitter, on Facebook, blasting negative comments, hateful comments, not just different opinions, but hateful comments simply because I support Donald Trump for president. And yet these very same people are also the very same people that are so quick to call Donald Trump racist and a bigot, when in reality, if we know the definition of a bigot is a person who is intolerant of another person simply for their belief system. That's a bigot. That's a bigot. And so for everyone that likes to call names, and it's not just to me, but they're calling names. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter. We call them Twitter trolls, and all they're doing is just spewing hateful comments and talking about how I have not heard from God and how I'm on my way to hell and burn in hell and I've stopped. My congregation should hang me and kill me, and my members should leave, and all of these negative things simply because I'm supporting a candidate for president of the United States, and so many hurtful things towards my family and towards my congregation. To me, I think thank you, Marion, for keeping me on concentration. That's one of my daughters right there, Marion Garner. But and the sad part about it, most of these hateful, ignorant, racist name callings are coming from black people, black Americans. They're not even coming from white Americans, but yet we as, in the black American community, we feel as though we have a right, that we own racism, that, we're always the one that's receiving racism, and the white people are wrong. And so you got white people, confused about what they should say, what they shouldn't say, because they don't want to offend any black person, when in reality, black people, we have in a lot of ways, we are practicing racism ourselves. And racism is hate. You can have a difference of opinion in reference to politics. I'll give you an example. Bakari Sellers, him and I, we differ politically. But I commend that man. He does a great job in pointing out his views, and he doesn't have to say negative or evil or hateful things to get his point across. That shows you his intelligence. People who just simply name call have very, 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 very strong and have very low intelligence. Argue with me against the policies and say to me why you believe X, Y, and Z, and we can discuss politically policies that we may differ on. But just simply call me, Negro and house Negro, plantation, hateful spewing words, talk about how, simply because I'm black and I let my people go. And this is another one. I have so many black people say, you don't speak for the African American community. And I've been saying from day one, you got that right. Because the African American community really does not exist. It's a myth. Nobody speaks for the African American community. You speak for yourself. You speak for yourself. It's your decisions that's placed you where you are right now. Back in the days where the civil rights movement and blacks were really ostracized, simply for the color of the skin. And I'm not saying that racism does not go, but it still does. But racism goes on both sides. Racism goes on both sides. It is not just white people being racist towards black people. That's not the case anymore. Black people are most definitely can be racist towards white people, and black people can most definitely be racist towards black people. And that's what I'm experiencing. Others who are supporting Donald Trump, and they are supporting him not because we sold our soul to the devil, not because I've been promising 30 pieces of silver. I've lost money. I haven't gained money. I've lost money, for supporting this candidate. But I believe in him as a person. I know him as a person, and to sit here and to hear so many, black people in this country and whites call Donald Trump a bigot and a racist when you're on Twitter all day screaming hate and racial comments, especially towards other black people, like myself, black people doing it to other black people. No, that's a bigot. That's a bigot. That's a racist. And the fact of the matter is, you got to really do some soul searching. The Bible says before you go and point out the dust in somebody else's eye, you need to focus on that log that's protruding out of your own eye. So I think you lost all credibility the moment you start calling me a house Negro, Uncle Tom, a sellout, someone who calls names simply because who begin to call names and attack, death threats that I've received from black people. That's bigotry. That's true bigotry. It is bigotry, and that's sad. I think we as black people, as black Americans, we should be, intelligent enough to say, hey, you can have a difference of opinion. My vote don't belong to no one party because I'm an individual. There is no such thing as the African American community. There are black people in this country. And then it breaks down to the black people who have and the black people that don't have. There's no one solution for the black community because we're all individual people, just like all Americans. We are different people, have different backgrounds, different places. I'm having so many people say, Pastor, I'm praying for you. God cover you because you are evil. You are making a mistake. And I'm thinking, my God, how I still pray to the same Yeshua, Yamashima. I still talk to the Messiah. He is still Messiah. His name is Jesus Christ, the Christ. I still preach love, and I still talk about how He is coming back, and that we should live our life according to His Word of God. Even with all our mistakes, I've made plenty of mistakes, even in my past. there are hit pieces out there that are simply just trying to destroy my character of who I am today. And who I was yesterday is not who I am today. Aren't you thankful that God looked beyond your faults and he still met you at your needs? That's the real message of grace, and it falls upon me. So I just wanted to, clearly identify that to those out there who are, especially within the black community, or let me just say this, if you're a black person and you've been brainwashed by allowing the opinions of other people to dictate your opinion, and instead of really looking at the facts and really look at information and start making decisions. And yes, I do understand that the Republican Party in general has not created policies in the past that are color related and that are color sensitive, like the Democratic Party. But that's the problem. Creating policies that are color based or are specific on a particular race doesn't really solve problems. It creates more problems. It don't solve problems. Prosperity, money, education, new jobs, that creates change. And it's not just within a community. Now, yes, it is true that people still have a racist attitude towards people of color, which I hate that term too. People of color. I really hate that term. People of color. Last I checked, a white is a color. I mean, last I checked, unless I'm different, unless I'm in a different society, when we say people of color, that means everybody who's not white. The last time I checked, the color white was a color. But hey, that's just me. Yes, there are people out there who have a difference of opinion of someone who is not the same race they are. But you overcome that by becoming better than that person, by taking care of your home, by taking care of your family, by rising up to the highest level that you can get to. That's how you overcome that hatred of people who are ignorant. But racism goes on both sides. The most bigotry that I've experienced has not come from a white person. The most racism that I've experienced, especially during the time of supporting the Republican nominee, Donald Trump, has not been from white people. It has come from black people. And I think we should check ourselves, for the bigotry that is taking place on a daily basis. That is not God's will. I can tell you that. You may have an opinion whether or not I'm supporting the right candidate or not, and that's okay. But to go beyond that and start calling names and to start, death threats, and to go on to say how I've betrayed my black people, and no. The only people that I'm responsible for is my wife, my children, my God. That's who I'm responsible for. And irrelevant to which part of your focus, that's irrelevant. What is relevant is, what would you do as an individual? What would you do as an individual to make your life better? It's not up to the government to do that. It is your decisions that place you where you are. It is your division. It is your decisions that has placed you in the situation that you're in. And remember that. Remember your decision. That's why I'm proudly wearing my Trump badge today. I'm proudly wearing, And so anyhow, I just wanted to share that. A bigot is anyone that is intolerant towards someone else because of their difference of opinion. So remember that. Pastor Burns feels great because I know I'm serving God in the manner that he chose me to do it. For me, my message is love, unification, bringing people together. That's my message. My message is just bringing people together and to try to look beyond our differences and to see us to find similarities. That's my goal. That's my dream has always been. And I understand it is confusing to some degree how God chooses, thank you so much, how God chooses certain candidates. But the fact of the matter is, hateful name calling, hatred, bigotry, all of that. You need to check your own heart. So if you're going to, talk about how much I'm a house Negro and how much I'm an N-word, and I should go hang myself, and I should set myself on fire, and I'm going to kill you, and you're a sellout to your people. I think that's ignorant at the highest level. And I think that we are individuals. We don't have no one person who is the king or the president of Black America. That's not the case. We're individuals, and we have a right to choose our own opinions because we're so complex individuals. Remember that. Check yourself when you go to start, the next time you want to call someone a name because they believe something different than you are. Listen, I don't support gay marriage, but I would never call a gay person a name. I would love them, and I would embrace them, and I would, be there for them to just show the love of God to them, despite we may have a difference of lifestyle, appearance. For me, it's just love. It starts with love. There's so many people, the KKK, racial people who don't believe in bringing people together. So I believe in love is the center fact, the center focal point. And so anyhow, I love you all so much. I got to go. I pray that you receive what I'm saying. Remember what the real term bigot. So the next time you want to call Donald Trump a bigot and a racist, remember that you're not immune to those terms simply because you're black. Remember that. Just because you're black, that doesn't immune you from being if you can be a bigot and a racist and still be a black person. Okay? Don't forget that. All right. I love you all so much. God bless you. Pastor Mark loves everybody. I love all colors, all races. And I'm celebrating you this morning. And I pray that you have an awesome day today, just like I am. God bless you all. Pray for me. Continue to keep me in your prayers. Remember, God looks beyond our faults and he meets us at our needs. I'm thankful for God and a second chance. So remember, the same God that saved me when I was messed up, he's saving you too. I love you all. God bless you. Tell somebody you love them. Bye-bye. Gotta go.